So I wanted to make this video to remind you that where you are right now in life is a blessing, okay? And I know it's easy to feel lonely with the holidays coming up. You know, feeling lonely is not a choice. You don't get to choose to feel lonely, but how you react to that is a choice. If you're alone, you are at the beginning of your process. I don't know if that makes sense, but like being by yourself, no one, and I'm talking like not married, like single, no kids. Like if you're at the beginning and you feel like you're so behind, everyone else is married, everyone else has kids, everyone else is buying a house, comparison kills your joy. It really does. Comparison kills your joy because someone is always going to have it better than you. So if you're always focusing on what other people are doing and what other people have, you will never be happy. You will never be happy. Look at what you have and appreciate it. You know what I mean? If you're at the beginning, you haven't bought your house. Okay, you get to buy a house for the first time. That's amazing. If you're not married, you get to meet your soulmate. Like you're still gonna get to live that little moment of like, oh my God, like I'm in love or whatever. Like you're gonna get to live that out still. Don't rush it, because then you could meet that person tomorrow and then boom, you're never alone for the rest of your life because you're with a man or with kids. Appreciate where you are right now. Like it's so beautiful to be on your own and like learn who you are and learn what you like and learn what you don't like and learn what you want and not rush the process of life. You have your whole life. Think about that. We have our whole lives ahead of us and we want to get everything done before our mid-20s. That is insane. We have, on average, people live like 70 years and you want to get everything done in the first 20, in the first 25? That's too much. That's too much on yourself. That's too much. You're expecting too much from life. If you want everything done by 25, I need to be married, have kids, have a house. And then what? There's so much time. I know it feels like it's flying by. It really does. A year ago today, I really thought like, oh, my next step is I'm going to get married and I'm going to have kids. And then from one day to the other, all of that is gone. It is gone. And who are you left with? Yourself. You have to be so okay with yourself. You have to be so okay with who you are. And for a long time, I was not okay with who I was and being by myself. Like I really did not have a good time for a long time. The majority of this year was just crazy. So like I'm recapping everything I've been through this year, everything I've done, all the good, all the bad, everything. And I'm just like, wow. Like this year, I really realized like I am human. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you're left with you. So you have to be so okay with yourself that if someone walks out of your life, hey, it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be. Someone hurts you, it's on them. It's not on me. You tried your best and it didn't work. That's it. It hits you out of nowhere where it's like everything happens for a reason. You are meant to live that era of your life. It's over. Move on. Move on and welcome whatever's next. When you're alone, there's power in being alone because you get to start your life in whichever direction you want. Okay, because when you have a partner, you got to start a life compromising with that partner. When you have a kid, you have to start a life thinking about that kid. But when you're on your own, you get to start a life in whichever direction you want. You get to go any way you want. You can think of someone you look up to, right? And think of what they do for a living, right? And do that if that's what you want to do. And if it's hard, who cares? Try. You know what I mean? Like, who cares? Try your best. When you're alone, you could go any way you want. You could go any way you want. That is crazy. If you want it, you can do it. If someone else could do it, why can't you? You can do it. You really can. Being alone is such a blessing. It's so good for your soul. Like you can go anywhere from here. You could do anything. You could be anyone. You need to stop seeing solidarity as a bad thing. It is not a bad thing. You get to be with yourself. You get to think for yourself. You get to experience things for yourself that maybe you couldn't do if you were in a different position. You know, like you're in this position for a reason. You're in this position so that you could prepare for the life that you want. Like there's so much out there. And if they could do it, why can't you? You can so do it. Like, being fixated on your past, you need to stop. You need to let that go. It happened, appreciate it or don't appreciate it. If it was a good thing, if it was a bad thing, acknowledge it. All right, it happened. We're moving on. You cannot keep yourself from the blessings just because you're holding on to the past. So many good things could be coming for you, but if you're holding on to the past, you're not letting those good things in. You're not letting those good things in. You need to clear your plate. That is why you are where you are. If you are by yourself, like that's why you are by yourself. Don't let just anybody in your circle, don't let just anybody in just because you're lonely. Just because you're lonely doesn't mean anybody gets an invitation into your life. I'm lonely, so if anyone wants to hang out, I'm free. No, that is not, if anyone wants to do anything, you know, I'm available. No. Being lonely is not an excuse to being available for anybody. Not just anybody should be in your life. That's why not anybody is in your life. It's such a powerful thing to be by yourself. It's such a powerful thing to not need to be with someone or need to see someone, to be so independent that you don't need just anybody. You don't accept just anybody in your life. And if you are with someone right now that you feel is not bringing something to your life that is of value, let that go. Anything, any addictions, any person, anything that's not bringing something good to your life, let it go. Let it go. And there is such a freedom and such peace when you are okay with yourself, when you forgive yourself for all your mistakes that you did, when you forgive yourself for allowing yourself to be hurt and hurting others. You need to truly forgive yourself and be better. And if you're on your own, that's a good place to be, to better yourself. There's so many beautiful things to experience. I'm someone who would struggle with this, being so lonely that you just allow anyone in your circle and you're just well, I mean, they're not the best of friends, but they're fine, so I guess. No, don't be so accessible. Don't be so accessible. If someone's hurting you, but you'd rather be hurt than be lonely, lonely is not a bad thing. Lonely is not a bad thing. Mejor solo que mal acompañado. And I'm gonna end it there. There is power in being alone. 3 key points were let go of the past. Let it go. Let it go. Let them go. And let it go. It's gone. It's over. Move on. Key number 2, don't let just anyone in your circle just because you're lonely. You're more important than that. You're more valuable than that. Don't let just anyone in your circle just because you're lonely. And part 3, there is power in being alone. There is power in being alone. What a great starting point for your life right now. Okay, I need to go, but I love you guys. And be strong this holiday season. If you're alone, be strong. Okay?